And so Bitcoin is up 2.8%, but Phantom is in the other direction, down 1.8% at the start of what is going to be a crucial week for markets, stock markets, crypto, Bitcoin, Phantom, altcoins. Huge week with the FOMC coming up. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to look at the key levels for Bitcoin, where I think it's going to be heading. We're then going to jump on over to the Phantom chart to see what's happening with Phantom. We're currently sitting just under $1.10. Should we be escaping Phantom? Should we be selling? Should we be panicking out of this? I'm going to cover this all off, and the answer, in short, is no. We should not be panic selling. You guys already know this. I'm here to remind you on a daily basis if I need to. You should be holding the course on all of your projects. Yes, we cover Phantom on this channel, but we cover a whole lot of other altcoins as well. And I'm going to show you that they're all being treated the same by this market. Yes, we have certain bits of an additional FUD around Phantom due to Andre Cronje, and we're seeing some leakage from the DeFi space, but that is just an opportunity because that means that's a bit of a froth, an extra discount on the price, which we're not seeing in other coins. Let's head on straight over to the charts. And what we can see first and foremost is Bitcoin is having a nice green day. We're up 2.81%. We know the market is responding pretty well today. I mean, we had a bit of a blip yesterday. You can see a big down day yesterday. We knew that the EU were voting on a controversial decision to limit certain currencies with a proof of work mechanism. And the idea behind this proposal, which has been quashed, and we've received the update just about an hour and a half ago here in the UK, it's been quashed by the European Union. But the idea was to have certain emission standards for cryptocurrencies, right? They want cryptocurrencies to align with certain ESG regulations, and they don't want them to be emitting too much pollution, which is pretty absurd anyway. The majority of crypto is done in a very green and healthy manner. We know probably Bitcoin is the biggest offender, but to put things into context, I don't have the diagram with me right now, but Bitcoin is far less, has far less emissions than things such as air conditioning, such as various other things, less than gold, less than various other technologies which we use and we don't complain about day to day. We know Ethereum's already moving across to proof of stake, so that shouldn't be an issue. But anyway, this has been quashed for now. No doubt they'll try to bring this up in a couple of years' time and bring it back around again. That's how things go. But for now, it's not something to worry about. But it was something that moved the price over the weekend. And if we just head on over to the hourly candles on Bitcoin, you can see it did move the market. That's when we started to fall. We then picked up as the news starts to get quashed, and now we're getting a good recovery here on Bitcoin. If I head over to the 4-hourly, what I do want to show you is we are trying to look like that news was going to cause us to fall from our wedge. That would have been one fake out here, another fake out here, and now we're back in our wedge as well. So you can see a whole bunch of people eager to short to the downside of this wedge are getting liquidated here, okay? So you can see these are little bear traps, trapping people to the downside and then quickly moving back into the wedge. So this is showing good support here on Bitcoin. But like I said, we need to get above 40,000. I'm not comfortable that we're so, at the bottom of this wedge here. I'd want to see us move over into more middle territory between 40,000 and 41,500. So we have more chance of heading to the top of the wedge at 44,500. But we know this is a big week, right? This is a big week. We've got the FOMC meeting with the Fed on the 16th. And therefore you can see our blue line here. And guys, look how perfectly this has been laid out. I mean, not to toot our own horns here, but you guys know we've been monitoring this together. And we knew from the breakout of trend that it was going to be a volatile period. We drew this dotted line. So this first one was our CPI reading. This was the FOMC meeting. My exact guidance to you guys, it's never financial advice, was we're going to see volatility. And that's exactly what we've seen. Lots of volatility, big swings all the way from 44.5 as low to the bottom as 34. So big $10,000 swings over the last few weeks here, leading up to the CPI reading, which we've got. That's in the bag now. And now we're waiting for the FOMC meeting. The market is expecting a single interest rate hike of 0.25%. Anything less than that, the markets will rally, but I don't expect that to happen. Anything more than that, the market is going to panic. We'll go into a risk-off environment, and you will see your favorite stocks and crypto will fall. And I fully expect in that situation, if that was to happen, if we saw a double rate hike, Bitcoin will lose its bottom here and will start heading towards 33 and lower. But I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a 0.25% interest rate hike. We know that the market's priced that in. The 97% of people have priced that in now in terms of looking at the futures. So basically, we're expecting 0.25% interest rate hike. Nope, we're not signing up. Right. So what does this then mean for Phantom? Well, like I mentioned with Phantom, What happened with Phantom is very important to monitor. Let's just go over to the daily view because I think you're going to find this very interesting. So on the daily view, remember, when Bitcoin first fell to 32, okay, so going back to the around 4th of December, the lowest point Phantom got to was 115. Now, because of the FUD around Andre Cronje leaving, we saw some leakage in terms of DeFi flowing out of Phantom, and we've covered that extensively. If you've not watched the videos, I'll leave the cards up here. Go and get yourself caught up on what's going on if you've been on holiday or not been watching the videos. And that led us to fall well below here, 115. Now we're sitting at lower levels. Now, what I said specifically is if Bitcoin decides to lose its bottom from this wedge, the wedge we've been monitoring, if it starts to want to trend towards 33 and 32, back to retest this low, Phantom's going to go even lower. And that is why I mentioned in my videos previously, I'm looking at 96 cents, and then we need to reevaluate new levels of support by zooming into the levels back in our cup and handle pattern, okay? We're not going to hold at 115. As you can see, we're sitting at $1.08 now at the time of recording this video because of that FUD pushing us through that key levels of support at 115, which is where the dip was bought last time Bitcoin fell, okay? So we're getting extra downside because of that on Phantom. But the way I'm seeing it, like, again, many of you should be seeing it, is these are just extra beautiful discounts for us if you have long-term belief in the projects. I can't convince you to have long-term belief. I can't do the research for you. I can try take you to the stream, but I can't make you drink, right? And that's the principle here. If you have high conviction, if you've been following the projects for many months like we have, if you're managing to accumulate on pullbacks, you will feel fairly comfortable picking this up at $1.08. And let me put this into perspective right now. When Bitcoin last fell, let's take a look at the daily chart here on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin lost its marbles here on 21st of July 2021, we fell to a low on Bitcoin of 29,501. That is where we got the bounce, and then we ran up towards higher levels before ultimately ending up creating all-time highs at 69. Everybody remembers that fairly well. This was from July all the way up in a matter of months. In November, when very quickly you went from a $29,000 Bitcoin to a $69,000 Bitcoin. Now, let's remember that. Let's head over into Phantom, and let's go to the same date, 21st of July. Phantom had a low on that day of 15 cents, guys. 15 cents when Bitcoin was at 29. So if Bitcoin starts to return, okay, back to 33, back to 32 levels, we've got plenty of room here on Phantom because we've had such impressive growth. The people who are upset and the people who are worrying right now are those who bought at tops. And there's no remedy for people who bought at tops, right? First of all, you guys know you shouldn't be chasing pumps. You shouldn't be having green candle disease. And we cover that a lot on this channel. But if you manage to be one of those people, the only solution is if you've got conviction, you average down. If you've not got any cash, you've got to not look at your portfolio and wait for this to recover over the long run. If you don't have conviction, you need to consider cutting your losses, right? Because I can't give you conviction. It's not something I can download into your brain. You need to develop that through your research, through building your psychology for a certain project. Because the reality is, overnight, these things can happen. Maybe I can't give you a video in the exact minute you need it, and you're going to go open your exchange and you're going to panic sell if we start falling below $1 and heading towards 96. I know what I'm going to do if we're going to head to 96. I'm going to dollar cost average, just like I've been doing on many other great projects. ADA sitting at 79 cents. Crazy bargain right now for me. This is a coin I was comfortable buying in these periods here. And now that we're below that, I'm comfortable buying even more. I never thought the time would come that I could buy more ADA at 80 cents. Even without a DEX, let alone now with a DEX, with smart contracts, and with usage on the network. Solana. Did anybody think Solana was going to come back to $80? Again, a tried, tested blockchain, layer 1, solid, great project. We know it's good. It's been used. Seen it run up in past to $260-ish. Crazy. The only project which has gone the opposite to Bitcoin and done really well is Luna, which has been holding up really well and doing pretty well here in my portfolio, running up to $100 again here on Luna, now currently sitting at 91 at the time of recording this video. It's doing pretty well. But the rest of the projects, no matter which one we look at, let's take a look at DOT. Super down here on DOT, almost close to, again, the Jan 21 lows of 2021. Right, let's take a look at Link. Past those lows. We're below those lows here. We're $13 on Chainlink. Take a look at Matic Polygon. Super low again. We're $1.30. This was running up to $3. So this is not a Phantom problem. This is not a specific altcoin problem. Yes, certain fundamental pieces or news about a specific project can make you feel like that and try to shake you out. But the reality is we know the wider market is falling. We can just look at Bitcoin to understand that. And then the simple question to ourselves is this. Forgetting your altcoins, park them to the side. Do we think Bitcoin will eventually recover back to 60,000 and beyond? And if the answer is yes, then we need to ask ourselves, if we're sitting here with a $60,000 Bitcoin or 69,000 or 70,000, what are our altcoins going to do? Are they going to be cheaper than they are now, or are they going to be more? And if your answer is more, then it makes sense for you to have your investment, right? But if your answer is I'm not sure, A, go build more conviction, or B, let go of that project. Because if you think your Bitcoin's going to go to 70,000 and your altcoin's going to be cheaper than it is now, then what kind of coin are you invested in, right? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Ultimately, we need to remember markets are designed to shake us out. They're designed to create fear, particularly in crypto, to drive out leverage, to drive out retail investors, and to make you panic sell. So never sell in a position of weakness. Never buy in a position of weakness. Buy in a position of strength. Sell in a position of strength. It should be done from rational, emotionless actions. You should have it on post-it notes. I swear by post-it notes, guys. This is what keeps me sane. I mark out my numbers. I have my numbers written out, and I put it there, and I say, do this at this number. That way, emotions, a headline, somebody's tweet, nothing can panic me out. If I wake up at 96 cents on Phantom, I already know what numbers I'm getting in at. I already know what needs to happen for me to turn my back on Phantom or any other project, because that's how it needs to be. If I've got 20 plus altcoins in my portfolio and Phantom just being a small part of my portfolio, I can't constantly panic every time Bitcoin falls below 40,000. I mean, how can you be a sustainable crypto investor in that case? You can't, right? You need to stay calm. You need to stay rational. You need to be methodical. For all your favorite coins, you list it out. What levels am I comfortable at? What levels am I not comfortable at? What levels am I going to buy the dip at? What's my maximum exposure in my portfolio, percentage-wise, that I'm happy to allocate to a project? And you don't get excited. And the reason I want to spend some time on this is loads of you guys are emailing me, you're messaging me, you're putting it in our Discord forum. If you're not on our Discord, ping comment below, free link to our public Discord server. Absolute no-brainer. Support each other in these times of difficulties. You can also tag me with questions too. Don't forget, videos brought to you by NordVPN. That link is also in the description if you're not staying safe in crypto. 70% off, coupon code ALLMEN. But coming back to the Discord, heck, lots of you were messaging me. Oh, well, no, Ijaz, can I get some reassurance? What's going on with Phantom? You shouldn't need me, guys, for reassurance. I'm here. I'm going to give you the updates. I'm going to let you know what's going on in the market. I'm going to let you know what I'm doing as transparently as ever. But I want to teach you guys how to fish. I want you guys to not need me. I want you guys to be able to say, hang on, I know what's going on. I'm not panicking. I know what the position is. I believe in Phantom. If it falls to this level, I'm going to buy some more. I can see it's a wider market issue. The whole market's down. I'm feeling comfortable. Okay, Bitcoin's up 2-3% today. Phantom's down a couple of percent. I understand there's still some leakage from the whole Andre Cronje issue. But do I really think that's going to affect the project? Go listen to what Michael Conk has to say. Go listen to what the Phantom Foundation has to say. Go do your research. Look at DeFi. Look at the projects. Are they still running? Is Spooky Swap still running? Is Tomb Finance still running? Is Beethoven still running? Is Solidly being handed over? What's going on? Do your research. Understand. Think, oh, it's a great project. There's a team of devs. Andre Cronje won the active dev. Okay. That starts building your conviction. Maybe you say, hang on a second, this is a discount. This is people misunderstanding what actually happened. They're panic selling. I'm going to take the opportunity to take their tokens off them at $1.09, right? That's how we need to think. If you want to be a sustainable crypto investor who does this for the long run, able to manage his emotions and psychology, that's how we need to think. So there you go, guys. Big week coming up with the FOMC meeting in a couple of days. The market's going to be nervy until then, guys. This is a super crazy time right now in terms of FUD, right? You've got a war going on between Russia. You've got headlines on CNBC such as Russia needs a debt default, which could have contagion globally, right? If one of the world's largest superpowers starts to default on debt, there's 120 billion of exposure around US to Russian sovereign debt. It's going to have an impact, right? We know these sanctions are going to have an impact, but how much of that is going to backfire on the Western economies, on the economies which we're invested in? We need to keep an eye on this, right? We need to understand, what does this mean for the market? This, along with the inflation, the world, the highest inflation we've seen in 40 years, super high inflation. And now you've got Jerome Powell and certain people coming out and saying, oh, all the inflation is to do with Putin. It's not. It was very inflationary before. You just kept saying it was transitory, but we saw that inflation was here to stay. Right now, you've got the war on top of that, which is giving you a bit more froth on the inflation on top, which is a one-shot hit, which will eventually dissipate, hopefully, as we pray that this conflict comes to an end. But the inflation is there to stay. So we're going to see the interest rate hikes. We're going to see steady interest rate hikes. I don't expect them to go crazy with interest rate hikes, because at the end of the day, the West is going to see inflation because of the war. Commodities prices are up. The last thing they're going to want to do is increase interest rates drastically, like 0.5, 0.75% at a time, and impact households' income, impact their mortgage payments, their car finance payments, their holiday payments. You know, these kind of things would really impact the economy and be a forced recession. So they've got to do it delicately. They've got to do it 0.25% at a time, see how the economy is reacting, and then do it accordingly. We're at peak FUD right now. And these are the moments where we need to roll up our sleeves and get to work. This is where sustainable wealth is made, when nobody's watching these videos. I've said this time and time again, guys. In a few months' time, you're going to see the froth come back to this community. People are going to be watching these videos. They're going to be watching all the popular channels. They're going to be screaming about Bitcoin going to all-time highs, 100,000 Bitcoin. We've seen all of these before. You know, Plan B, 100,000 Bitcoin. Here's my graph. Here's my, you know, stock to flow model. Somebody else will come up with another model. Someone will show you another chart pattern. We're going to 200,000. But now is the time we need to get to work. If you guys appreciate this video, make sure you smash up the like button and subscribe. Can we build 150 likes on this video, guys? 150 likes will really help us with the YouTube algorithm. So smash up the likes, subscribe. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to link up a video, which is really important. I want you to go and watch the FANTOM video in terms of this is the most important video you've seen, okay? Go watch that video. That's the video where I break down the modeling of why I think FANTOM is so undervalued. Use that methodology, not just for FANTOM, but for many other coins you're looking at. Take that methodology, look at how I break that down. It's really important at times like this, when the market is trying to play with our emotions, that we go to facts, we go to modeling, we go to numbers, we go to what we know innately is true about a project. So go watch that video, hit the like button and comment on that video as well. Don't forget NordVPN sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out the link below. 70% off a 2-year plan. Absolute no-brainer. They even have like a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't have a VPN and you're trading crypto, you're taking a big risk, guys. So make sure you get yourself set up on a VPN. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.